Hey, welcome back to the channel, you guys. I want to talk about a movie I think you guys, I know a lot of y'all already watched it, or you might think about watching it. And it's called Last Night in Soho. I watched this movie last week sometime. And I've always been wanting to watch this movie for quite some time. And you know how you watch a movie, you see the previews, and you're like, oh man, this looks pretty good, right? So this is not a review. This is me giving you my take on this. But man, this movie ought to go up for an award. And I'm telling you guys out there that y'all should support this one because it didn't do this movie didn't make very much money at the box office. And this is one movie that I think that people should go out and support. I tell you what, it's basically about this young girl, man. She wants to be a fashion designer, and she goes off to, I think she goes off to London, if I ain't mistaken. Let me look at the plot synopsis. I think she goes off to London, I think she does. An inspiring fashion designer is mysteriously able to enter the 1960s where she encounters a dazzling wannabe singer. However, her glamour is not all what it appears to be, and the dreams of her past starts to crack and splinter into something far darker. And the director is Edgar Wright. You know, he made that Baby Driver movie. I never got into that movie, but it was, you know, a lot of people like that movie. I just didn't. I just wasn't into that movie. But anyway, it's exactly how this was. But Edgar Wright, he's the director of this. And I never did watch Baby Driver because I'm just not into that movie. But he did a tremendous job with this movie. And I'm telling you guys, y'all should go out there and buy this on 4K. This is a movie that should be owned. Now, I'm telling you guys out there, anybody come across this channel, I'm telling you, go out and buy this movie. Or go out and buy it on digital and support this movie because this is a extremely good movie. I mean, it's got Anna Taylor-Joy. She's one of my favorite up-and-coming actresses. I love Anna Taylor-Joy. She played in that movie called The Witch or something like that. That's where I first seen her. And then, of course, you know, she played in that movie where she was a young girl, you know, going in Netflix where she was in that chess tournament. And then that other girl that was the main star was Thomason McKenzie or something like that. She did a good job. But I'll be honest with you guys, all the people that starred in this movie did a great job. Everybody. There was nobody in this movie that, you know, I thought the cast was perfect. I love the way that he went back into the early 1960s and how she was, you know, seeing the life of the girl that she wanted to be a singer. See, the girl that went off to be a fashion designer, she ends up, she stays at this, she has to find another place to stay because she's with this other girl, and this other girl is just not a very good roommate, so she had to move out. So this old lady had this room, and she rented out this room. And when she got in that room, she started having dreams of a girl that apparently must stay there back in the 60s. And it took her back in that girl's time. And at first, now she was really eating it up. And then she ended up getting her hair done like this girl and stuff. So she was, really influenced. But as she kept dreaming, she started seeing what this girl was going through. And this girl had the same, goals that she did, except that she wants to be a fashion designer. But the girl that she was living through the girls' eyes back in 1960, she wanted to be an inspiring singer. So the movie goes on from there. Now, I'm not going to go into specific details, but the way this movie was shot, it went all the way down to the details of how things looked. And he captured the music. He captured everything. Edgar Wright, I tell you, I don't get into the Oscars at all, period. When I was younger, I thought the Oscars was a big thing, but now I just don't like it. Like, it's just don't do nothing for me. But if this movie does not get mentioned in the Oscars for anything, then that's why the Oscars are just not any good. You know what I mean? because this movie should be up for an award. This movie is going to be definitely owned on 4K Blu-ray when it comes out available. But right now they're trying to, it's that in-purchase theater thing, and I watched it. I dropped $29 just to watch this movie. I really did. This movie needs to be supported. This is one of those movies where this guy Edgar Wright put his heart and soul into this movie, and it's such a well-made movie. It's such a well-made movie, and wow, it's just a good movie, you guys. So please go out and support this movie. That's all I'm asking you. But sheesh, man, the way he's talented. Edgar Wright is talented. I can see why a lot of people like Baby Driver, but I don't like those type of movies, so that's why I don't watch them. But I can see why people make a big thing about Edgar Wright, because man, I love when I see something, and you know how you got the feel for something, Now here's what happened to me on Last Night in Soho. This little town that I live in Ohio, we got a nice theater. So, it was supposed to come out, right? So, we got a Cinemark, we got Cinemark, out there where we, in my town. And so, the weekend it came out, I went out there to go see it place. I got on my phone because I got a Cinemark app, and it didn't play at our Cinemark. It played like in a Cinemark that was 40 minutes, I say about 30 minutes away. So I'd have to drive to I had to go down the highway to a bigger town to go watch it at this big Cinemark, because our Cinemark ain't as big as theirs. I was like, man, are you kidding me? And I had that whole weekend planned. I was going to go watch Antlers on Friday, and then I was going to watch Last Night in Soho on Saturday. Antlers and Last Night in Soho wasn't playing. I was like, are you freaking kidding me? So I just didn't feel like driving 30 minutes to go see it. So then I heard it was going to come out on digital, but you can only rent it. And I rented it. It was money well worth spending. And I'm definitely going to buy it on Blu-ray 4K. So anyway, you guys, God bless, take care, and we'll catch you next video. We'll see you.